I'm such a pillock, mate.
Pillock.
I'm such a pillock. I can't see Paul at all. I can't see Paul at all, actually. I'm a pillock. I had my volume turned right down. Such a fucking pillock. And I had it now turned it up. Now I can hear it better. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
It does.
Really? But there's Rich and Paul. You're on a one camera, and I can see you both, sort of. Well, I mean, people don't even know this exists on the YouTube, so they're not going to see it. But if we got popular and they went through the back catalogue, they come along to this and they go, "What a bunch of pellets!"
Who do you sound like? You sound like
I don't know.
like...
It's fun. I'm exploring it, and I'm trying to. He's from all over, really. From the south, but lived in London for a while.
Yeah, that's it. He lived. Well, he's from the. He was from the outskirts when he was on the edge of London, and was in London for a bit.
We moved about quite a bit.
You sound like Nobby Cash, who does Aldershot.
I don't know who Nobby Cash is.
You've never done Aldershot. Hecklers in Aldershot. Nobby.
Hecklers in Aldershot. No, I don't think I've done that before, actually.
That's who you sound like. He lives up in Essex. He talks like that. He was a big pal of Malcolm Hardy's. He knows all them.
Oh, all that lot from back in the day. Yeah,
that's it. Back in the day.
It's an accent you don't normally hear in London anymore because it's all fucking foreigners, isn't it? I mean, there's no one from London living in London no more, are there? I mean,
this is
I walk
good
about
character.
outside. I hear nothing but German and French, to be honest. Well, not German so much, but French and all them Middle Eastern ones.
Whatever all the same, when they Tone, they're all the same.
Well, they're all foreign. I will say that.
That's exactly it. They ain't from here, are they? I will say that.
But this is, in the old days, everyone in London, a lot of people in London used to sound like this quite a bit. Just a bit, you pillock. And then we moved about, and we moved out to Canning
Town.
Canning Town. We lived for a while. I don't even know my own city, but we also Canvey Island.
Oh yeah. Because
in a way, I'm sort of channeling. What's the name from the famous Canvey Island band?
Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah, Dr. Feelgood. What's he called?
Wilco Johnson.
Yeah, Wilco. He's lovely, isn't he? He was fantastic. But he was more like what he done. So he's played with his thumb. He was a bit more. I can't channel him that much, but I'm just exploring it.
It's terrific. It's terrific.
It's terrific. He could rock out, couldn't he? He was a real rocker.
He's terrific with him and Lee Brillo.
It's interesting when you make it softer like that, and it gives the element. You think, oh, this guy's a musician, or he does something in the arts because he's toned it down from being just a lad. And I saw them at a gig one time. At a gig,
did you?
Yeah, the gig. It was so good. Really good live.
Yeah, terrific. Yeah, terrific.
It's such a fun voice to do. I've got to figure it out. Well,
what would he called? What would he be called? What's his name?
Well, I don't want to go down the Dave route, do I?
No, that's too obvious. He'd have something.
Too obvious. It's Simon's obvious, Nigel's obvious.
Yeah.
But my dad, actually, this is interesting. My dad was Danish. Yeah. He come over in the Second World War. You don't hear about Danish as much in the Second World War, do you? Now, really. You hear about the Poles that got invaded, but don't forget, Denmark, we got overrun in about a day. It was about a day it took to take all of them. Well, we gave up. We just became Nazis, most of them. But my dad, he didn't like the Nazis. Didn't like them at all. He didn't. He thought he got their number right away. He didn't wait. You
couldn't get one over on my old man. No,
my old man. He knew there was trouble because he used to travel about a bit. And he went down to Germany. He was in Nuremberg, and he didn't know there was a fucking rally on or anything like that at all. He was playing in a band. He was touring around, and he goes round a corner. He turns the corner. It was a great big fuck off rally. Never seen anything like it. We've got tiki torches. They're burning books, and my old man, he looks a bit Jewish. I'll tell you what, he was sweating. Well, of course, we knew because Crystal knocked, and there was a lot of it about. But I mean, you couldn't predict always it was about to go. Anyway, look, we skate out of the darkness. He was my dad. He was a lovely bloke. But anyway, his name was Hans. No, his name was Yorick. His name was Yorick Christensen, and my name is
Christian.
Thor. That's why I got the name Thor. It's not the most imaginative name for a Scandinavian to give his kid, but there's a lot of Thors actually. It's one of the most popular names. But yes, I'm Thor Christensen. But when they moved to England, they dropped the son, so it just became Thor Christian. I didn't like it because I was a bit anti-religion at the time, so I changed it, and now I'm just Thor Christie. That's the German. So he come over from Denmark. He went, oh no, these Germans, this is going to be bad. This is not going to bode well for anything. Moved to London, and he had flat feet course, so he couldn't join up with the RAF or this one or that one. He ended up manning one of them flat guns. I don't know if he was just telling me loads of bollocks, but he was good with that flat gun. Because he tells a story. It was one of them Hankels, 88s, something like that, or 111s. Hankel. I'm just going to Google it, make sure I get my story right. And what happened was they was flying over, dumping all their fucking nasty bombs. Oh, it was dropping all. It was HE-111. It was a bomber. Their bombs were a lot. Yeah, it wasn't as big as the Lancaster and the Manchester and some words I can't say anymore. I forget how I used to say it because it's all foreigners now. But he shot a Hankel direct hit with a flat gun, which he mostly just peppered it in the area. He got in, and old Fritz, he come tumbling out. And he's Fritz, and as it goes, accurate as well. His name was Fritz.
No,
yeah, because he had his badge, like his head and his torso. How do you say torso?
Torso.
His torso was fucking chopped in half. So his head and his torso landed right on the gun. I don't know how gravity works. He probably got chucked around in the wind, but luck would have it, it landed right on his gun. Yeah. So after that, we moved back from the war, you know. So how have you been, guys?
Where was his gun? Where was it stationed, this gun?
Oh, it's interesting you say that. Right on top of... you know where the Business Design Centre is in Upper Street in Angel? Well, right next to that used to be a dairy, giant big dairy. They brought all the cattle in, and that's where they did all the milking. That's where you got your milk, you know. It used to be called the Dairy Market. I've changed the name now. It's Business Design Centre now.
I know exactly where that is, yeah.
Yeah, you know what that is.
Yeah,
the gun was right up on top of the dairy. So you can hear the moving of the cows down below.
We've been to the Business Design Centre for the podcast shows. Yeah.
What you guys did a podcast convention or something like that?
Yeah, they do a podcast convention. We were guests of it the first year, and then
ignored by it the rest.
And then the rest of the time they go, "Do you want some cheap tickets? We give you half-price tickets." So we obviously cause a splash.
You didn't get to perform at it then.
We were the first time we went. We had a stall and we did a chat, didn't we?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we had our banners up, and then the following year they said, "Do you want to come back?" And we said, "Yeah," and they went, "Good, you can get half-price tickets."
Oh fucking hell!
Yeah,
bunch of muppets, isn't it? But
so there you go.
Tell me how long you been doing that podcast?
6 years.
6 years now. So you've got a lot of followings.
It's got a lot of followings.
Yeah, she's got some,
yeah,
some regulars.
Many thanks.
Loyal followers.
Where the most of the people do they listen to it? Do they watch it? Where's the main? Because I mean, I think some of the listeners would be interested in this.
They listen to it mostly, don't they?
Mostly, yeah.
They mostly listen to it, but then every now and again we'll repost an episode. Like I put a clip up again of Al Murray, the pub landlord, the other day on TikTok. It's got nearly 7,000 views.
Fucking hell, that's not too bad.
Yeah,
That's good for YouTube.
yeah.
But how do you monetize the people listening to it?
You have to get to millions, Tone. You have to get to millions before you even start making any money.
But
millions.
So, yeah, but what about people do Patreon and that? You don't do that.
We did, but then you have to offer them extra stuff, and then we don't have time to offer it to them.
So you only have enough.
We put all the stuff in the show, didn't we? That's the mistake we were making.
Yeah, we put all the good stuff in the show, left none of it out, so they got all the good stuff in the show. So there's nothing really to treat them with. What
is the ideal model for it? Like what's the best way to go about it?
You do this, for example. For example, Thor, you do this, right? We're having a chat now. This is our episode.
Yeah.
Thor with an F.
Yeah.
And then,
you thought it was TH, but it's not. No. My old man, he couldn't spell for shit because when the Germans put him on a run, he got in a bit of bother with some SS geezers, and he took one in the head. That could be another reason why I couldn't join the RAF or the British Army. Didn't have a Danish brigade, did they? We was collaborators. It's too tempting to do something fucking dramatic with the voice, you know. You always want to move it about like our friend Tom Hardy. But don't bring him up. I don't want him to get in my head, you know. And then you can make it
already there now.
You make it a bit nasal, and that's interesting as well with a voice, isn't it? You know, make it a bit nasal. But so, what's the best model?
We do your episode now, and then what we would do is a special Patreon only episode. But something completely different. But we don't have time, do we? We
barely get ourselves together for this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We barely get ourselves together to do one.
Yeah.
Fuck. So we just got to build up a following.
I
know. Don't people come and say, "Oh, do you want to sell hard-on pills or something like that, like Blue Chew?" Don't they?
When you get to a point, when you get to a certain amount of downloads an episode, then the advertisers turn up. And they go, "We'll put our product on your podcast if you like," and we go, "Yeah, go on in."
What are they called? Cumtown. You ever heard of Cumtown?
No.
There's the 3 comics in the States, and I've always wondered because they're huge, and they do ad reads. They must make a lot of money from the ad reads because they don't do Patreon. And then the other one, the Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker, they do a Patreon. So they've got 90,000 Patreons. So they must make a fucking mint.
Yeah.
90,000 at $5 a go. But they don't do ad reads. So there's the 2 ways, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how interesting any of this is for the listeners.
Oh, you don't think so?
No.
Oh. That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Did you?
Maybe we'll save this one for the Patreons, and then we'll do a proper one.
Well, no, we're gonna do 2 days of digging holes, and do.
That's for the Patreon. Well, that's something else we need to video ourselves digging a hole
for 8 hours a day over the course of 2 days. Chop that up, boom.
Yeah, there you go. Spread that out over whatever. Get guests in to help us dig the hole.
But let's build up popularity first. So, I got asked. I did a lot of gigs over the holidays, and I got approached quite a few times, going, "When is the podcast coming back on?" Come on, man! You can't make me want to listen to it and then not. So, I better be more on it. But you guys can only do Thursdays, isn't it? This is also interesting.
Well, this is for now. I'm getting my internet's still not connected to my house because there's never been internet in this house before, so they've got to dig up the pavement out the front.
Oh, fucking hell.
So they keep putting it off, and they tried to put us off to the 28th of Feb, and we put our feet down and went, absolutely not. It's already been since September that you haven't sorted this out. So you're going to have to start digging the hole. I'll start. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll dig a hole.
This is an interesting camera angle.
Dig a hole outside my house.
Yeah.
But then when you get your internet done, will Paul be able to still do it, though?
Well, we'll be able to do what we did before.
So we can
We'll be able to do it.
Paul accidentally gave me a job.
Yeah, what happened there?
I got this email. So I used to do voiceovers for Sky, so I was confused. I read the email and I thought for a second, fuck, Sky's getting back in touch. I'm gonna be doing voiceovers again, because in the email from Paul, it says something like, all right, oh yeah, here it is. Hi all. Hi all, welcome back, Tony, in brackets, right? Oh, so that's all I need to see. Fuck, okay. Here you go. Please take care in half an hour and in an hour in the script. These have got mixed up in the past. Thanks, Paul. Then I opened up the scripts and I started reading the scripts. The continuity scripts is it Nickelodeon?
Yeah, it is Nickelodeon, yeah.
And I started reading the scripts and I was so all excited. And then I went, fuck, they want me tomorrow. So then I emailed back and said, I don't have anything in. Do you think my agent could have forgotten to send this to me?
Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. And I was getting your messages and thinking, what is he talking about? Because I hadn't realised I'd know more Tonys than I thought. I only knew you. But
you put the wrong Tony in.
Then there was a different Tony, and of course, I know 2 Tonys. And then I started putting it into Safari search. I know 5 Tonys that are human.
Oh shit!
And 1 dog.
Wow.
So which Tony was it then? Another Tony.
It's a Tony, an audio engineer.
Oh.
Yeah, no, voice.
Welcome back, Tony. He was.
I would have been away. I would have been gutted. I would think, oh wow, I got steady work. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, I was over the moon. But I was also a bit panicked that I didn't have my diary. I didn't have it in. I was really worried I fucked up another job, because I fucked up quite a few jobs by not putting it in the diary.
Yeah.
Not stand-up, because stand-up's very good at badgering you the week of.
Yeah. I get people that message me something like, they'll tag me in something 2 weeks before, and I'll panic. I go, oh fuck, am I supposed to be there?
Yeah.
And then I look at the date and go, oh yeah. I'm on the way to a gig, and they go, yeah, on Friday we're gonna have what? Ah, fuck.
I've gotten all dressed up and ready to shoot out the door before.
I told a lie to someone once. I got tagged in. Some punters were going to a gig, and they tagged me, I think, on our way to see Rich Wilson at blah blah blah. And I went, oh fuck, oh fuck. And I was miles away from this gig, proper a couple of hours away, and I panicked. Went, oh fuck, and said to my missus, I'm gonna have to go. She went, all right, you just go, and I'll figure out how to get home later. I went, yeah, fine, got to go. Anyway, shot off in the car, and then messaged the promoter and went, oh, mate, my car's just broken down, but I'm on my way. And then he goes, what are you on about? He goes, not on tonight.
Yeah.
They got it wrong. He'd done something. It wasn't none of it was my fault.
Oh, that's a relief. Yeah, I've had that loads more times than you would imagine it happening. I've had, I'm on my way. Can you send me the details to the car park? Tony, it's next Thursday. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I was just getting in front of it.
Getting out in front of it. So, how was your holidays?
Uneventful, quiet, very chilled.
Americans say vacation, don't they?
But we're starting to have holiday season now.
But what's a fucking vacation? Anyway?
Vacation.
That doesn't mean anything. It's not even a word.
Is it not from something to vacate? It's from vacating your house.
Your ass. I've vacated my bowels earlier.
Yeah.
I vacated shit out of my bowels.
How was your vacation? Yeah, uneventful.
I've been doing lots of tourist stuff. I had family over, brother, sister-in-law, their 2 kids, an uncle. So I've been to a lot of tourist stuff in London, which is great. It really connects me to my past, you know. It grounds me.
Do you enjoy the tourist stuff, Tone?
I do, but my brother and his son, they only like World War II, so that was just fucking. What's the one?
War Museum,
Duxford Imperial.
Duxford is great.
Imperial War Museum, Duxford Museum, the RAF Hendon, like so much World War II. But finally, at least I got them to go at the Imperial War Museum. We did World War One, and then we went to the Holocaust Memorial
I've been there.
Exhibition. But it's busy on the ground floor, busy in World War II, and no one in the Holocaust. People don't want to go to it.
Nah, it's a
but
lot.
I think people should be. I think you should have to go if you get a ticket.
Oh, that's how it starts, Tone. Making people do things.
Oh yeah, I suppose. But don't you think people should? I mean, they definitely should teach it in school.
Definitely, 100%. Yes.
You know, and my son's school, they skipped over it because there's a majority Muslim kids in there, and the teachers are cowards. And there's that war going on, but they're not connected. They're different things. They should have forced the little fuckers to go. Now they're going to walk around the world not knowing about that shit.
What did you take away from it?
My son was banging the table to get more Holocaust stuff.
More Holocaust stuff.
Might have come across wrong. Well, no, but it's important, isn't it? But anyway. So my brother and my nephew, who just spouts airplane facts. He knows like every single piece of equipment. There could be like just a small gun, like a field gun. He'd know the make, model, just by looking at it. Like really fucking
just knows it.
But we went to the Holocaust thing and everyone was just silent. It's well done as well. It is, yeah.
It's brutal.
It really got me thinking. That fucking Hitler, he was not at all nice.
He weren't a full shilling, was he?
Ooh. Anyway, no, he was bad nose. You know?
I went there, and I remember with my mate, and we just came out. We went and had a coffee, and we didn't really speak to each other for a bit.
Yeah,
we just sort of sat.
You got to do that.
Yeah,
that's what we did. We didn't talk for ages. And then we went to that pub that's up on the corner there. It's the same pub, the Three Bells, that Charlie Chaplin first did a performance when he was about 12.
Oh, yeah.
And there's Charlie Chaplin's Corner. But none of us really gave a shit about that little bit of history because we were all just staring out the window.
Speaking of tiny moustaches, let's go to the pub.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a real theme of the day, actually.
Shiny facial hair.
Tell you what, on a more upbeat note. Oh, then Storm, she gave a kickoff when we went to St. Paul's Cathedral. We took my niece there. We're walking all around it. We're going to go walk over the Millennium Bridge. It's so nice down there.
Yeah.
And she goes, 25 quid to get into the church that's in our borough. So she marched up to the guy and she went, excuse me, if we're local, and we are, and we live here and pay taxes in this borough, can we go into this church which is in our borough? We should be allowed in there. And you can come to a service, but the services for today are done. So apparently we could go into a service, but I think we'd have to join up and be a member. But that's the only way you can get in. If you can't just walk in as a local. That's bullshit, isn't it?
It's bullshit, mate.
Take that off all the tourists. That's fine, but not us.
I'll pay for our taxes. God
paid
damn
every
it.
brick in that fucking place. It's a lovely cathedral. They did an excellent job of that.
Lovely. Do you know what I like the structures. I like the architecture, religious architecture. Well, I'm not asked about the religion, but I do admire the buildings.
Yeah. I mean I mean, you should never be happy about a fire. But if there's anything good came of that great fire in London, it was that fucking cathedral.
It's going to have to up its game now, though. The Notre Dame's had a bit
Oh
of a
yeah.
facelift.
Notre Dame was literally taking
well,
St. Paul's is different though, because it's it's built. They started building it in 1066, and they didn't finish it till 1738, something like that. Jesus. So it's a new church, and it's enormous. Like it's 3-4 times the size of Notre Dame. It's gigantic because it's more modern. But having said that, we also went to Westminster Abbey, and I thought my sister-in-law was going to buy the tickets, so I went in the queue. But she was just buying for her family. So Storm and I spent 60 quid on going into Westminster Abbey. Well, we got them right on our tickets, so we get to go back again, because we told them that we didn't really get enough out of it. Now we've got to go get the kids from school. And so they wrote on our tickets, we're allowed back in. So technically it's 15 quid a go. That's how I'm looking at it. So 60 quid.
People back then, they would start to build buildings, and that generation wouldn't benefit from it. The next generation would. All the builders would die.
Yeah, well, not even sometimes 4 or 5 generations down, 6 generations. Like,
yeah,
they started building Westminster Abbey in like 900s, I think. And then Edward the Confessor, he was the first one interned in there. So it's old. It's pre-Norman, isn't it? But I think the Normans finished it. I don't know. It's beautiful.
Edward the Confessor, that was his name while he was around.
Jeez, I don't know. I didn't finish the tour.
It's half name, half reputation.
Yeah. Edward the Grass.
Edward the Confessor. Yeah, so it was beautiful. But Notre Dame's opened up again.
Is it?
And they've caught the Jack the Ripper or something, haven't they? Wasn't that in the news?
Have they?
You see that? Are they going to do a DNA test on someone they think might be Jack the Ripper?
Oh my God!
Oh. You haven't heard of that?
I didn't. Not the latest news. I know they keep saying, he was probably royalty, or he was someone well-to-do that would frequent.
That's one of the theories. Yeah. This new one, they think it's this violent Dutch merchant with a history of violence. That would scan more than an aristocrat.
Do you think
a man with a history of violence?
Someone
rather than just some posho on a bit of a jaunt. No,
some violent
woke
sailor.
Up one day and I thought, do you know what? I've never killed and dismembered a prostitute before. I'd have a go at that, actually.
Yeah, I popped down after I've been to the opium den.
All the working classes are subhuman anyway. We'll go grab one and I'll chop her from her knickers to her throat, something like that. It should be a jolly old laugh. It'd be a right old laugh, wouldn't it?
Absolute right.
It'd be an absolute riot, And I don't pronounce golf, I say golf. Yeah, no.
Golf.
And I kill prostitutes, and I say golf.
What would the police have been then? Would they have been the Peelers, or they would have been the Bow Street Runners at that point?
Oh.
Because it would have been, because I want to get it done before the Peelers arrive.
Yeah, why were they called Peelers?
Because of was it John Peel?
We were going to go John Peel, but was it John Peel?
Someone picked my nose on camera.
Someone Peel that started them.
Yeah.
Started the British police force. Yeah, and they were called the Bow Street Runners because they were obviously it was on Bow Street. Oh, it was in Bow, wasn't it? In Bow, on the street. So they were the Bow Street Runners. Where is Bow exactly? I know it's Bow. Bow is east. Is it near the 10 Bells? Bow is... Is it near Whitechapel? Yes. I'm going to Google it. Yeah. It is. Because we used to go to the Houndstitch warehouse when I was a kid to go and see Father Christmas. And one year it was Star Wars themed, so you had Darth Vader and Stormtroopers wandering around and those big red guards. And one kid was fucking about with Darth Vader's cloak. And Darth Vader lifted up his helmet and went, "Fuck off, you little cunt." Did he? Yeah. Should have kept his helmet on. Christ, Bow is down Mile End. Down the other end. Tower Hamlets. Of course it is. It's down by Victoria Park, and it's where Jongleurs used to have a gig.
Fucking hell. They flattened that and rebuilt it, didn't they?
They did.
Well, I'm 3.6 miles away, so technically I wouldn't be able to hear the bells over here. So I'm not a cockney.
No.
Anything interesting you done over the holidays?
Nah.
Robert Peel, not John
Robert Peel. John Peel was music, wasn't he? Yeah,
Robert Peel. He was the DJ, wasn't he? Robert Peel.
He's
John
the
Peel,
founder of the Metropolitan Police.
There you go.
Terrible record collection.
Terrible record collection.
Interesting. Coming up and the Beatles and didn't he sound something like that?
Well, he sounded like that. He was from I think he was from Suffolk, and he talked like that.
And here we go. Coming up now is the Led Zeppelin.
I think they're a good band. I think they're a very
this
good
new
band.
They're a new quartet. They're called the Led Zeppelins, and they play some would say a heavier type of music. And here they are now with their new song, "Communication Breakdown."
His favourite. It says nothing like it. Neither of us do. He says his favourite band were the Undertones, weren't they? It's the Undertones.
Yeah, guys like him and Stuart Lee always like someone who is shit.
You what?
Him and Stuart Lee, they like all the people that are shit.
I had a very good conversation with Stuart Lee about music at Green Man Festival where you and I were at.
He really liked, what was the band that you told me you were going to see? The OCs. And Stu goes, yeah, I really like them. I thought they were really good. He looks annoying though. Like you wouldn't want to work with him. He seemed annoying. Seemed like two, but he said, I like that band because they're kind of like everything in one band. They're all music, all types. Kind of had a good point.
All at once. Two drummers.
Two drummers perfectly in time with each other.
They were. I couldn't take my eyes off them, Tone.
They were good. My daughter was not impressed. She said, this is just a bunch of dads.
That's why it sounded good.
That's why it sounded good. Yeah. Dad music for cool dads.
They've made 65,000 albums or something.
That's it. Yeah. I think we
That's not how many they've sold. That's how many they've released.
Yeah, because you couldn't. There's not enough time in the world ever to listen to them.
So all of them,
we'd be dead.
Yeah. Have you got any of their records?
I've got 4 albums by them.
You can watch it all you can listen to all for free on SoundCloud.
You can, but it looks really cool on vinyl, like John Peel would have wanted.
Yeah.
You know.
And did you do any good gigs or anything?
I did a load of gigs. I've been. I got to do a cruise ship, Tone. I've got to go and do a cruise ship.
Oh, how was it?
I don't know yet. I've not been. It's coming up. I'm frightened.
You are?
I'm frightened, Tone.
Somebody told me Russell Hicks said it was all right. He did a Virgin one. He said it was
that's
good.
What I've got. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm going to Naples.
How'd you get that gig? Who do I talk to?
David Elphick, who used to book Jongleurs. His friend. I'm doing it for a guy called Eddie J. And Eddie's booked me on. I've got one coming up it's called Celebrity Cruise. You're not allowed to wear jeans. You have to walk around like you look like a celebrity. You got to look like you're someone.
What's he called?
David Elphick.
That's who you get the gig through?
If you speak to him, and then he'll send your video to Eddie, and then Eddie will have a look and see if you're good enough, mate.
David Elphick.
This admin we're all Eddie... recording.
This whole episode's admin.
And Eddie who?
Eddie J.
Now, this is good listening. People love this sort of stuff. No, trust me. That's what I like when people do their admin on their podcast. I really enjoy that. Tell you what they don't like. They don't like hearing about a fucking Holocaust.
No. I like it when people do chores on podcasts like laundry. Stuff you can't see. Ironing. Doing their ironing.
Oh, there's going to be a buzz at the door and some screaming and kicking and shouting from the dogs. Should we?
Yeah, let's stop this one.
Silence in the court.